I'm in the dark. Here, let me see if this helps. It helps a little bit. I'm in the dark a little bit. I took too long doing the videos today because I just felt like I was just down and out a little bit. No particular reason. Maybe I didn't sleep good. Maybe I was up too late last night. Stonebridge Simba's win certainly picked me up, and I wanted to finish my videos, but I ran out of sunlight. So I actually embarrassingly drove down to Starbucks, which is right behind me. If any of you have ever been in my area, my house is literally half a city block from Starbucks. I drove down because there's a big light above me at Starbucks, and I wanted to make sure I could finish my videos. So here I am, sitting here at Starbucks in the parking lot, finishing my videos, but it's worth it. My favorite video of during the winter into the spring, my favorite video is always the yearlings. So here it goes. I'm going to tell you what I thought of every horse on the weekend. We'll start with Almost There Boss. Got on the left line, finishing up the other day. Got a little splint left front. Going to put a Murphy blind on the outside. Cryo that splint. He'll be fine. I was very happy with what I saw from him. Johnny liked him. Everybody likes this horse. How can't you like Almost There Boss? A Mordiner. Now, my buddy Colt went with a Mordiner. Colt's not really an experienced horseman, but he's learning. He likes this horse. A little more weight, set of bell boots. I'll go with him all week. I'm going to make a list right now of horses I'm going with this week. So you're going to know who I'm going with this week because I'm making a list right now. Anthony's list right now. First horse on that list, a Mordiner, I'll be going with this week. Let's get back to the babies now. Back to the babies, yearlings. Arches Rainbow, just didn't like the mud. Trust me when I tell you, this horse has the most beautiful fluid gait you'd ever want to see. She looks fantastic. Johnny went with her all week. She is a nice filly. I can only imagine it was, she didn't have corks on, I don't think either, so it might have been a little bit the ice, but mostly I think the mud hitting her in the belly. She just didn't like it and didn't want to play. We'll give her a mulligan because I've seen what she can do all week long. Better Be Sawyer. I told you. Better Be Sawyer looked good. That was a good crowd. We were moving pretty good on the end of it, and she just obliterated everybody, wrapped up. The kid did a good job. Brody did a good job with this filly. She looked really, really good in her training mile. Blue Bayou Dio just rolled off in the middle of the straightaway on James. Another filly needs some cork, I believe, but just got a little shuffly. She's got a really, really nice gait usually. Very happy with her. Bomb Hugger. I'm going to put the hobbles on Bomb Hugger. Now, I'll put her on my list, tentatively speaking, because I think anybody can probably go with Bomb Hugger. We're just going to put the hobbles on her. She thinks she just needs some confidence, to be quite frank, and she's going to find it this week. So we're going to throw the old hobbles on Bomb Hugger. What else do we got? Century Invictus. He was slipping. I can't. Never mind. Just watch him in the open house. I went with him the week before, and I bet you I went a quarter and 38 seconds with him on the end of it, and he looked incredible. So Century Invictus, I've been very happy with. Don't buy into anything your eyes told you the other day. It was very slippery in that last turn, and not an ounce of cork on that horse. Confederate Cruiser was good. Again, probably going to pull that little guy's hobbles in. They're pretty long on him. He's got a nice gait, a nice way of going. I like this horse, but he does need his hobbles to come in a little bit. Duke Dio looked okay. This will be one of the first ones we move up and swap out with something for Mario. We do have First Glance coming back in, but I can't move anything around in that barn until we get this thing cleared up with this other horse on the end of the barn. You guys heard about the Tomiko Training Center Shed Row 5? That's Mario's barn. Somebody bought a horse and moved it into the end. One of our employees had bought a horse and moved it into the end. It's not his fault. Harry had a horse come from PEI too, so there's not much we can do about that. I'm not going to start throwing rocks at people when we did the exact same thing. And it wasn't his fault. His horse tested negative. Somebody else's horse tested positive. But they said we're all learning about quarantining now, aren't we? We're all learning about how just because you test negative tomorrow doesn't mean you test negative the next day. That's why we all quarantine for, most people quarantine for 14 days. Even though they got tested, or if they didn't get tested, that 14-day window with no symptoms means you should be okay. They had it as a 10-day window for horses. This horse was at 7 days on Saturday with no symptoms of any kind. No horse in that shed row is sick, but this is a contagious thing, so there'll be no horses going in or out of Mario's barn until we get this cleared up. First Glance will just pop up to the top barn, but he'll be going right down to Mario's barn as soon as this all gets cleared up. We'll probably just swap him out with Duke Dio. LSL looked good. Can't swear that he'll stay a stud for long. You still see him doing some ignorant things. Now, he was off because he was sick a little bit. For about 10 days, he went easy, so he's inside our own little quarantine bubble. Whereas if you're going to be bad for 3 weeks straight without listening to what you're being told, you're now gelding. And I don't think he's outside of that, so we'll give him another week's grace. But he'll be worked hard this week, and if he acts up, he will be the newly minted gelding called LSL. Eyes at 10. Whoa, she looked I knew she looked good in the mile when Amy blew right by me. I didn't know how good she looked until I went back and watched the video. That was some kind of move in the last quarter. She looked very good. Not only did she look good, but Amy looked good. She did a great job all day. Amy kept them trotting all day, which is more than I can say for some people. Maybe I might have lost one. James lost almost everything. So, no, he didn't. Johnny might have, but Amy did a great job all day and certainly looked good on Eyes of 10. I know she wants to keep the drive for the open house. I have to let her, don't I? Can't take her off after the way she drove her there. So Eyes of 10 looked fantastic. Garden State Dio, go back and watch the video. She definitely didn't like the mud hitting her in the belly, and Brody knew all about it. As they get into the turn, all I heard was this massive bang. I looked down, apron's torn, Brody's face is white, he's leaning back. She kicked, and it was a large bang. She did not appreciate the mud under her belly. She'll get over that. She's just green, but man, oh man, she's bossy just like her sister. Grace. Now, Grace was a little bit sick last week. She couldn't go. We got her vaccinated on Saturday. We'll start her back up. I haven't really had a chance to go with her much this week, and I probably won't go with her till like Wednesday because she had most of last week off. There's no real point in me going with her Monday, Tuesday. We'll let her get worked into her work schedule. Monday, Tuesday, somebody else will go with her, but starting Wednesday, I will be going with Grace. Granite Hill made a little breakdown by the wire, but we were going very fast for yearlings, put it that way. And Granite Hill's a big boy, and he was beside Will to Win Hanover on the far outside, who can absolutely fly, and Eyes of 10, who's just as slick as a cat, and Granite Hill's this big monster of an animal, and I think he just over-trotted himself, but he looked very, very good. Harlan we're going to talk about lightly all year. Harlan L gets out of gear, gets close to brushing his knees, doesn't have the greatest attitude, but I suspect as he gets sounder, as he comes off those knees a little bit, those ears will come forward, and he'll be a better horse for us. He's a worker, though. I like the horse. It's hard. It's easy to look at and say, oh, what a sour horse. But to sit behind him, he's a worker. He does his work, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Harlan L from here on out. Harvard Yard, going with Tim. We're going to have videos of Harvard Yard doing our work in Pennsylvania. But I love the purchase. I like the filly, and I think Tim's going to do a great job with her. I can't wait to see how Harvard Yard looks next year. Hill of Magic. I warned you. I told everybody she's all sold out now. I said to everybody, this is a nice filly. She's got a beautiful gait, just a little green, and her shares started trickling away. And then Johnny said, what do you think of Hill of Magic? I think she's a really, really nice filly, and people aren't paying attention. They're all gone. All the shares were gone, just like that. So Hill of Magic, I would say, after going with her Saturday, all things considered this time of year, congratulations to Johnny for purchasing the shares because she looked very, very good on Saturday. Kathy with an eye, need to do some work with her. James loves this filly. I don't think I need to go with her, but I think we need to add some weight to her and push her a little bit. She's got that big mule attitude sometimes, which isn't a bad thing. I know it sounds like it's a bad thing, but it's not. Once the horses like her learn to go fast and learn and realize how fun it is to work and train with these other horses, you see them turn. You'll see it slowly, slowly, slowly. Mark my words. And then one day she'll come out and look like $1 million and be like, where'd this horse come from? That's what will happen with Kathy with an eye. I guarantee you it will. Loving Beauty looked good. She's so weird. Her ears, when she goes like a bunny rabbit. Her ears kind of flop over like a donkey. I don't know whether I saw a horse that had them frozen when they were young. That happened too, but I don't think she was born in the cold. So, Old Thumper looked good the other day. I thought she looked really good in her training set. Luck of the Dragon. Gonna head this horse up to the vet and get looked at. Still on that left line. He's still pacing, little rough. His hobbles are long, but I want to make sure that we're not missing something with this guy. Clearly, he's fast. He's got a lot of potential there. What he does with it will be up to him. I like what I see. I want to make sure that we're on the right path, so I want to double check, look under all the rocks, and make sure there's no issues there. If there is, we'll clean them up right away. If there's not, again, tighten his hobbles up. Probably put a little line pole on the outside. He'll be fine. But I don't want to go to equipment when we should be looking at the vet, so that's where we'll go first. Massive Profit. For everybody out there saying, oh, he's running and won't pay attention. How did he look the other day? Told you, horses like him, we castrated him, gave him a couple of weeks. You know, he's still a little self-conscious, touching himself behind, put a set of boots on him, right? Put a little set of hobbles on him. Now he can trot. Now he's getting faster and faster. Watch the video when he's finishing up his mile. He looked fantastic on Saturday. Very impressive looking horse to me. Massive Profit was great. Matt's MVP just looks great every week. Sure, he rolled off once in a while. He's going to do that, but he looks nice. Got that slick, big, strong gait. Really impressive looking colt. $1 Million Swan had some complications with his castration. His scrotum filled up a bit. It happens. It does that. Put him on antibiotics, put him on anti-inflammatories. We just went out and walked him. James went out and walked him easy in the mud. I didn't want to go out training speed or even the right way of the track around other horses and have mud splashing up. So we just went easy with him, kept that area clean. He'll come, but we'll see. It's going to take another week. He may not even be in the open house. We'll have to wait and see. Miss Mildred, haven't even broke Miss Mildred to the jog cart yet because she had that cut on her arm. That is a Monday job. We'll get her done on Monday. She actually needs shoes on also. Mischievous Rose, one of those muscle masses. You're going to see her get better and better and better. She's got a beautiful gait, but just doesn't do anything flashy. That's the muscle mass coming out in her. We'll see how she trains down. Another filly that was getting vaccinated because she gets sick a couple of times. But I've been... somebody was calling. I've been happy with the way Mischievous Rose looks. Of Tom, look great. There's a filly with not one but 2 OCDs in her left hock. Still went to go with her because when you looked at her, you could never tell there was anything wrong with her left hock. No heat, no swelling, but they're in there, and we're going to take them out. So they're coming out on Monday. She went that mile the other day the right way and beat up on everybody with 2 OCDs in her hock. So that's what kind of toughness she has. I really like this. I really like this filly and always have. 1, 2, Skip a Few. She's come up to the top barn. We've taken the 4 from Jason, not for any reason to Jason's, but he has the 3-year-olds, the 2-year-olds that are coming back this week. So we moved the babies up to the top barn, hired a couple of caretakers, and Skippy is up with me now. She's going to be going to the vet also, make sure everything's all right. I don't believe there's anything wrong, but I want to make sure there is. She gets a little pacey sometimes. Feet bothering her? Is there something else going on? Or is it just that she's growing? She's a June foal. So whatever it is, we're going to get to the bottom of it. But when she trots, she's got that nice low-fee gait. Maybe she just needs a little more muscle put on her. We can do that also. Peanut Butter and Jelly hit the gate. That was like the 3rd time she paced an entire mile the other day. And look how good she looked. The Better's Delights are weird horses, but man, this filly's strong. James said, geez, there's no end to her. She just keeps going and going and going. So really happy with Peanut Butter and Jelly. Prairie Fire didn't have Cork the other day. Again, he's gone up to the top barn with us. I'll go with these 4 horses this week. 1, 2, Skip a Few, and Prairie Fire. Put them on my list. Prairie Fire. 1, 2, Skip a Few. Slim Jimmy. Also is on the list. There's one more. I'll get to him in a minute. So where are we at now? Peanut Butter and Jelly was good. Prairie Fire slipping all over the place, but still did his work very, very well. Procrastinator running in a bit, rolled off in the last turn. They thought he knuckled over. Brody said he knuckled over a little bit left hind. Now his strength in his tail is coming back. We have been baycoxing him, so I would suspect we're going in the right direction. We'll continue that up throughout the winter time. Put a little blister on his knees, hocks, and stifles. Put a Murphy blind on the inside of him, and I think that'll be it for Procrastinator. He'll come forward right after that. Purple Aura looked great. This is another filly, though, I will tell you. Her left hock carries a little more swelling on the main joint than the right. It's usually a good indicator there's a couple OCDs in there. Haven't been anything proven yet. We have an X-rayed her. We will, probably not till after the open house. This is the time of year when a number of people are getting OCDs out. So I'm going to look to probably get 6 more horses up this week to get fluoroscope by Dr. McKee, and then we'll make a decision on which ones need anything done. Purple Aura will likely find her way onto that list, but she looked great on Saturday. Renegade Gypsy, he's just a giant. It's going to take a couple more weeks for him before I hope we can work on him and he looks flashy for the open house, but he's a big, big boy. Resolute Bay looked great. A beautiful little red horse, well-bred horse. I was very happy with him on Saturday. Rose Above It, how good did he look? Another horse I worked with all week. He looked really, really good. This is the second foal out of a Muscle Hill mare who was a sister to Muscle Massive. It's a very, very good family, and Rose above it certainly turned some heads on Saturday. Rosie's Masterpiece, another big giant filly. She looked good. Got to get her head up a little bit, Mario was saying, which I probably agree with. I think she'll be fine this week. Slim Jimmy's looked great from day one. He's slipping all over the place the other day, but still did his work great. He's just a trotter. Trots all day long. Spent. I loved the way that I love the way that 3 Point Blue Chip looked. Now, I didn't have any cork on 3 Point Blue Chip. He did get a little slippy in the last turn. But how good did Spent look? Wow, just a different looking horse. I was really impressed with him. Horse that is going to need a lot of polishing is Stonebridge Dolce. We've had her to the vet. There's nothing wrong with her. Still bumpy and hippie, and we're going to put the hobbles on her and work on her all week. There's a nice horse in there. I think she has, when she's doing her work well, she got her ears up, and it almost seems like she's frustrated when she's out of gear. So we're going to put the hobbles on her to help her out throughout the coming weeks. But I'll be going with her this week. Another one for Anthony's list. As you can see, I'll be busy every day this week. Dolce. Okay. Where are we at? Yearlings. So we get through Stonebridge Dolce. Stonebridge Chicati looked great again. Rolled off once or twice. I think he's just putting it all together. He'll be fine. Sweet on Pete, another one slipped everywhere. But again, Jason's done a good job with these horses. All they do is trot every day. So we're going to throw a little speed into, there's another one I'm going with, throw a little speed into Sweet on Pete this week. My list is now at 7 per day. Dance card's filling up. Sweet on Pete. Yearlings. Where are we at now? Sweet on Pete. 3 Point Blue Chip looked great. I was very happy with him again. I suspect this is a big, big, strong colt, and everybody's watching everything this guy does, and I've been very, very happy with him. Taiwan On looked good. Coughing a little bit. We gave her our first vaccination. We'll work on getting her cleaned up really good and really strong for next Sunday. Very happy with what I've seen from her. Tioga Sunshine looked great. Another horse, all she does is trot, another muscle mass. Very happy with her. Twinbee Habanero. Oh, this guy's got a little edge to him. Beautiful horse. Big, strong gait. Jumped on his foot the other day. You could see him when he came out of the turn. Just touched his quarter and exploded and kind of scared himself. James said, oh, he's a goofy bugger, but he can really pace. Beautiful gait. I like everything about Twinbee Habanero. Twinkle in her eyes looked much better since we crowd that splint left front. If you looked really close, you can see a little silver spot on her left front. That's where the silver spray is on that crow dots from the splint the other day. Much better. Much, much better since we did that splint. Unbeatable Kemp looked great also. Amy loves this horse. He's just a beautiful horse, both physically and aesthetically on the track. Voyage of Ice and Fire. How good was he? He run all over the track in the warm-up. All over the track. He wouldn't trot. His hobbles went on kind of like Spirit of Dios the other day. Tight. I said, you will trot today. Just about the second lap, so we go the first lap slow, then we start to pick up speed. He started to dive into his head check and started to power and use the hobbles. And you can see him put an odd step in, and then just come up and just explode forward. This horse was going a pretty good clip, a training mile clip, finishing up his mile. He is impressive. But he is a bumpy, goofy bugger. I love this horse. Voyage of Ice and Fire. He's got a lot to offer, and I can't wait to see how he's going to train down. Will to win Hanover. No cork. Stayed way out on the outside of the track and still flying at the wire. This is a nice filly. She's supposed to be. This is Crystal Fashion's full sister. But man, oh man, she looks good. And then World for Two. We started off the day with World for Two. Much like Almost Air Boss, but the opposite. Almost Air Boss, left splint on the left line. We'll put a Murphy on the outside and crowd that left splint. Other way for World for Two. Crowd this right splint. Murphy Blind on the inside. But both those horses clearly have lots of talent. I've been very, very happy with both of them. So there you have it. Everything I know about every horse that trained the other day. That went the right way of the track the other day. Everything I know about them. All the equipment changes. All the work we're going to do to them. We have some splints to do. We have some horses that need to go to the veterinarian to get checked, fluoroscoped. Not that there's anything bad, but I want to make sure everything is right. And then we have at least one in Of Tom going to get an OCD removed, 2 OCDs removed tomorrow. And also Path of Totality is getting a chip removed from her right knee tomorrow. So now you have it. You know everything I know. Probably know more than I know right now. It's been a great week. I just watched Stonebridge Simba race. I'm going to settle in and watch my boy Blue Monk race tonight at Flamborough Downs. Can't wait for Yes this week. A lot of good things going on. I'm happy now. Stonebird Sim. Happiness is one win away. I keep telling you that. Take care. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Because as of now, it's a fantastic weekend. I'll talk to you soon.